Here is a really interesting point pointed out by Ariel Hawani. Um, I really look. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of UFC fighters really did throw their fights, and I think the UFC should really, if they haven't already, put together an investigation team like the NBA has to make sure everything is actually on the up and up in terms of performance integrity, because I think the way a lot of UFC fights have been going, there have been some thrown fights. I think some fighters just have not shown up to like to such a rate that it's almost like skeptical. Like I'm skeptical about how much they haven't shown up. Fighters who like before the fight that they lost were like looking like absolute killers, and then they come across a guy that's like almost like a can. You really think they're gonna get past him, and then all of a sudden they out of nowhere get destroyed by this underdog, by this unreasonable underdog too, like a guy that really shouldn't be winning that fight somehow wins the fight. I feel like that's happened a couple of times now where fighters who are known to be really good just come out and underperform to an extent where it's like, we got to call the police. Like somebody's got to investigate this. Okay, I think somebody's got some money on on them losing. So yeah, I think Ariel Hawani is really right to point this out. And although again it's alleged, can't really say anything's like for real here, but it's worth looking into. It really is worth looking into. I think a lot of fighters have just not shown up recently, and it's got to be looked into. Overall, you let me know what you think.